Hello everyone and welcome to Splinter Cell Blacklist, the newest iteration of the Splinter Cell franchise, and I think this is probably one of the better in the series so far. It's definitely a nice little callback to the original trilogy, that being of course Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, and Chaos Theory, the more stealth-oriented games of the series. And I know a lot of people didn't really like Conviction because it was more action-oriented and less about stealth, but I think this kind of combines both the elements of Conviction and the original trilogy, especially Chaos Theory. Now this game also adds a lot of new features to the game, and pretty much every mission except for the solo campaign missions, I suppose, are co-op, and there's also the welcome return of Spies vs. Mercs. But this will cover the single-player campaign. Now we are on a plane right now, and something cool is that you can upgrade your plane to give you various upgrades to help you out along your missions. And there's also the ability to customize your loadouts, which makes you truly play the way you want to play, whether you want to be what they call Panther, which is a more aggressive, lethal way of playing the game, or your standard Splinter Cell stealth play style. Now something that's kind of interesting is this little map here that lets you choose your missions. We can view active missions, which is all of these here. These ones are the 4E missions. You can play these co-op or solo. These are the missions that you don't necessarily have to do to finish the game in terms of the campaign mode. I've gotten to the third mission so far, and I do want to just sort of make this video on the second mission. I will go back there and play the second mission, as to not spoil too much. There's some Spy versus Merc missions right here. It's kind of a tongue twister, not gonna lie, but I do like the ability to kind of choose your missions here. One thing I kind of don't like is some of these 4th echelon missions here have a horde mode, and it doesn't necessarily work that well, at least in terms of stealth gameplay. I think it would be easier with a co-op partner. But let's jump right into this second mission here. Alright, I skipped the cutscene just to simply avoid any spoilers, because I don't want to kind of spoil any of the game, because the story is rather decent. A lot of games these days, especially in terms of action games, the story is not necessarily good. It's not bad, but it's pretty standard and pretty cliche, but so far the story's been rather good. So I can customize my loadout here, and you have your pretty much everything that you have on your suit here. You can customize goggles if you wanted to. There's a whole plethora of different goggles here, but I have the standard goggles right now because they sort of suit me well. I haven't encountered a super dark mission quite yet, but there are the definitely dark missions where you do need them, which is a welcome return, because those were the highlight missions of old. Now here's all your gadgets. This game has an incredible amount of gadgets, some new, some welcome returns of old ones. You can do frag grenades if you want to be the assault style. So there's actually a few different styles. There's Panther, Ghost, and Assault. So I assume Assault's more balls out, killing everyone. But right now I like to use a sticky noise maker. It definitely draws the attention of enemies better. And you can customize your op suits here to make you more stealthy, have more armor, kind of really tailor it to your playstyle. I think this game, I want to say, is at least on par with Chaos Theory. And I think Chaos Theory was the best game in the series. And this is right up there with it so far. Again, I haven't completed it 100%, but I've been having a lot of fun, and I definitely think this game is one that you should pick up, especially if you are definitely into the Splinter Cell franchise, or stealth games in general. I did actually just upgrade my suit here, my chest piece, but let's see, lights. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you necessarily need these as a tactical thing, but it's kind of cool that you can customize your suit as you would like. So your ultimate weapon, of course, is going to be your assault rifle or whatever you want here. The FAMAS. I like the FAMAS because it's from it's not from Counter-Strike, but it's a gun in Counter-Strike, and Counter-Strike is a game I like. So far I'm sticking with the standard loadout because it seems to be working fairly well, and I haven't unlocked too much so far. But let's jump right into this mission here. Alright, now we are in the mission, and this is something kind of cool. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do this mission. It's because, yeah, this is kind of like those Call of Duty missions where you shoot down enemies rather quickly with a kind of cannon, but this one does it kind of differently. You have to be actually rather stealthy, and it's a sniper rifle rather than a giant bazooka type of gun. So I'm gonna kill this guy in the middle here, and then kill this one. I completely missed. Okay, that got him there. So let's take these guys out. I think that's kind of cool. You have to stealthily take them down from the air, and if they do notice you in this part of the game, you will indeed fail. But another thing I really enjoy about this game is that they take you to a lot of different locations. I mean, so we're in Iraq right now, but you'd go all over the world. And I'm not going to spoil the story, but the story requires you to go throughout the world to complete various missions. Excuse me, stuttering over my speech. I'm excited. I'm sorry.
I need recon options.
Right. So they did indeed change the voice actor for Sam, and he's not bad, but it's a noticeable change if you've played any game in the series before, and it can be kind of jarring at first. We really don't need to be walking around right now because there's no enemies up here, but there will be enemies soon enough. Now, I believe they're right up there, so we have to infiltrate this place undetected, which is no easy task. Again, this game is very unforgiving, and I think people who really like the original trilogy of Splinter Cells are going to be right at home here. It's definitely a heavier emphasis on stealth rather than action. Okay, let's go up the stairs here. That's a good point. We can hold this here and we can kind of choose our weapons. And something that a lot of games are doing these days is doing kind of a weapon wheel. And it's actually pretty good. It works really well, especially on consoles. And I am playing on the Xbox 360. And the Xbox 360 has an HD texture pack. And it comes on 2 discs, so I highly recommend installing the texture pack if you want the game to look as good as it does here. Of course, it's going to look better on the PC, but here we have our gadgets. We have a sticky camera, which will allow us to kind of see wherever we throw the sticky camera. I chose to do flashbang because sometimes you do get yourself in a sticky situation, which requires you to use a flashbang to kind of either take out the enemies as quickly as you can, or get the hell out of there. And then, of course, our night vision goggles, but we'll stick to our pistol right now. And approach up here. I do want to take out an enemy stealthily to show off a mechanic that is very much so a Hitman absolution mechanic, and I mean that in the best possible way. Let's see, I'm kind of waiting for these guys to separate here so I can take one of them down and activate my takedown or my execution mechanic here. And the execution mechanic is indicated by the bottom right corner, those 3 little arrows. If I press the back button on the Xbox controller, he does a little whisper thing, kind of saying, hey, come here. Which will allow you to draw enemies towards you and take them down. And you do get points that are indicated in the bottom there. I don't know if you saw it pop up there, but it is indicated in the bottom, and depending on how you take down an enemy, I did a stealth takedown there, a stealth knockout, rather than a flat out murdering him. And got 175 points, I believe. But doing better on missions, doing stealth takedowns, and how you play the game will determine how much money you receive at the end of the game, or at the end of the mission, rather. And of course, that money is used to upgrade your suit and your items, and purchase new awesome gadgets. I really like the gadgets in this game. Where did that guy go? I think I should be okay. I'm not gonna go through that curtain because I can't see through the curtain. Oh, that's not good. Alright, again, this game's definitely unforgiving. You gotta be very, very aware of your surroundings. Alright, let's try that again, but not suck this time. Alright, so we're gonna approach this a little bit more cautiously this time. There is a way to get around all the enemies in the game, essentially, without killing them. And that's really cool. I really like when games do the sort of play how you want to style of gameplay. One of the reasons I like games like Dishonored as well. So let's actually see if we can draw this guy back over here, take him down, and then sneak up those stairs there without being seen. Definitely got to pay attention to your surroundings. It's not a game that you can kind of just run and gun. Let's wait for it. Okay, they're separating. Let's wait for him to kind of come over here. I'm going to whisper to him saying, hey you, I kind of like that. It's like a little taunt, almost saying, "Hey." All right, so we got 125. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so as you saw there, it says execute. Oh, did not want to climb there. Meant to stick to cover. You can also stick to cover. I should probably mention that by pressing B. But this guy's a little bit too far out of range. Let's make sure that guy's not gonna come up on us again. Let's actually take a peek in here to ensure our safety. Alright. You can kind of slide into cover from a decent distance by pressing B, which is nice. Makes it so you can kind of get there quicker. So we are now in range of him, and that's indicated by the red. If I press Y, it goes into sort of a, not necessarily bullet time sort of thing. I actually tasered that guy on accident. I totally meant to shoot him in the head, but things don't always go as planned. I believe there's a guy right over here that I should probably try and avoid. Maybe not. I'm just gonna try and going up the stairs. Alright, so we're progressing right along here at a pretty decent pace. We're gonna be going to this building up at the top here. And this is where this level sort of starts to get a little more stealth oriented. And it's kind of introducing some of the cool gadgets here. It kind of reminds me of Ghost Recon a little bit. This seems like something you would use in Ghost Recon at least. And I believe, don't quote me on this because I'm not 100% certain, but I believe all the games in the Tom Clancy universe, or all the properties I suppose is the best word to use, are all kind of linked and related. I don't want to descend, I want to ascend. There we go. Alright, so we're just gonna try and get this guy's voice recognition here. The seller for some certain character. I'm not going to spoil again.
Streaming audio now. Just keep it going.
Let's just let it go. Let it do what it has to do. So each mission is going to take about, depending on your skill level and if on the difficulty you're playing. I am playing on normal because I'm bad, but it'll take you between 30 minutes to maybe even an hour and a half. But we're just letting this thing do what it's going to do, and they actually just saw it, so they're taking it down. So that's not good. Let's open this door here. Oh, there's a guy right there. Holy cow. But that's okay. We can kind of coax him over here and then take him down easily. It is very important, again, as is typical with Splinter Cell, to hide bodies as to not be discovered. Hiding bodies is always important. And sometimes it's pretty difficult to find a place to hide bodies, and that's something you have to adapt to. And that's also another challenge, especially if you're trying to be a ghost. Oh, something that... Never mind, there's no lights here. But you can shoot out lights, as is typical with Splinter Cell. Always a welcome sort of thing. Now there's a guy down here I gotta be careful of. Let's, okay, let's drop down now. And then stick to this wall. Coax him over here. Hopefully no one else comes. My execute is ready, so if I do get into a bad situation, I can take many guys, or at least 3 guys down. I believe you can upgrade the takedown thing, the execute. I keep calling it takedown, but it's called execute. So, excuse me on that. But I believe you can upgrade it to get more enemies, but I'm not 100% certain right now because I'm not looking at the little menu there. Let's jump down here. Actually, I can't even go around there. Actually, why don't I just throw this guy's body off the edge to hide it? That'd be the smart thing to do. The poor fellow, I knock him out, and then his body is getting thrown into the street like he's garbage. Oh well, I mean, they're the bad guys, so... Oh, that was too close for comfort. Let's actually shoot out this light here. Completely missed. There we go. That will, 1, distract enemies, and 2, give us a little bit more cover. And you can tell if you're in the shadows and kind of hidden a little bit better by the glowing on your gear here, which is probably one of the staples of the Splinter Cell franchise. It's one of those things that's kind of like a big part of the Splinter Cell franchise, and a lot of people kind of think, hey, we associate these 3 little glowing lights to Sam Fisher. And a lot of people are like, oh, why can't the enemies see those? It's there so that it's there for the player, essentially, rather than realism. Alright, I think that was the only enemy walking around here. You may think I'm making this game look a little bit easy. Maybe not, actually, because I'm awful, but you may think I'm making it look sort of easy. But that's because I know where guys are. Alright, so there is a heavy infantry guy that walks around here. I'm going to go over to this side over here and peek under here with our little snake camera. Snake camera is another staple of the Splinter Cell franchise. Where is this heavy guy? He's supposed to be... There he is. Let's reload our weapon. Controls are actually pretty tight. The climbing, in particular, is real tight. I think something I really like about Ubisoft games is that they take mechanics from other games, or what they learn from other games, and apply them to their other games. So the climbing in this game, because of their work with Assassin's Creed, of course, is very fluid, very well done, and it feels very tight. I think I really, really, really enjoy the climbing. Alright, so where's this guy? It's actually, let's throw a sticky noise maker right over there. I think I just screwed that up completely. Maybe not. Let's try and... Shit.
Oh?
Okay, I gotta run. See you later, buddy. Let's, jump over this ledge and, kind of get away from this guy here, because he did in fact see us. And these heavy guys are rather tricky to take down. Because, well, you can't really attack them from the front and you can't really shoot them. You have to definitely take them down either from above or from behind, and that was a bad... Okay, maybe not. I'm gonna try and sneaking up behind this fellow. Hopefully he doesn't turn around at the last second here. Get him! There we go. Sometimes the context doesn't, or what is the word I'm looking for? The buttons that you push to do actions are a little bit finicky. That's one of my complaints about the game, is that sometimes you think you should be able to do something, and then the game's like, no, never mind. But it doesn't happen often enough to get you frustrated, and sometimes the enemies do see you from rather far away distances. And sometimes it does feel a little bit cheap when the enemies see you. But that could just be me being bad at the game and not 100% aware of my surroundings. I believe there's... Yeah, we do have to go in here. Again, I'm going to skip this cutscene simply because I don't want to spoil any of the story, or as little of the story as I can. Let's open this door, though, and there is going to be a cutscene. So I'll see you after the cutscene's over. Okay, so... You probably have no idea what's going on, which is good. Definitely pick up this game. I think it's worth the $60 for sure. A lot of times games are completely average, but very well done. This game is a very well done iteration of the Splinter Cell franchise. I really, really am enjoying it so far. And I am pretty excited to play the co-op. And something that's really awesome about the co-op is that there is, in fact, split-screen co-op, which you don't see a lot in games anymore. So if you want to play with your friend, your parents, your whatever, whoever you want, you can just sit on the couch, play co-op Splinter Cell, and have a great time. Now, what's typical with co-op, though, is you gotta rely on your partner not to kind of F you over sometimes, which can be pretty tricky. But that's what I love about Splinter Cell co-op, though. It's you gotta work as a team. You really, really gotta work as a team. And again, this climbing is just so fluid. I think it's because of their work in Assassin's Creed. I think they really got the climbing right. You don't really have to kind of fight with it. A lot of times the climbing games is really kind of finicky and you can't really control it too well. Let's see. Alright, let's go up here. So this game definitely isn't perfect. I mean, it might sound like I'm praising it a lot. There are some drawbacks though. Like, for instance, again, the enemies, sometimes it feels like you're being cheated by them. Like, they see you from kind of a ridiculous amount of, or ridiculous distances, and it's just like, oh, okay. Sometimes the...
Sam, I'm seeing movement above you.
Can't think of the word still. The kind of, I guess it's quick time event type buttons don't necessarily work as well as I'd like them to. In the game, the character design is, while it's not bad, it's definitely starting to look dated, and I think it could use some work. Alright, let's climb up here. And I believe there's enemies right in here. Yeah, there's one right there. Hey, buddy. Let's call this guy right over here. And try and take him down. Oh, there's two there. I should probably... maybe I can take him down. Oh, this isn't good. Let's get down and try and take him down. shoot him in the head. So because we're in combat, we do get a little bit less points for taking down enemies, which is to be expected. This game is a stealth game after all. Let's try and take this guy down from behind. Hopefully they don't know where I am now. So there is the option to play by just murdering every damn guy. Another thing I kind of don't like is that the guns, or at least the pistol, feels pretty underpowered. Although I do have the stock pistol, but sometimes... Oh shit. Ow. Oh god, I'm so dead. Can I taser this guy? Yeah, I can. Yeah, the stock pistol feels pretty underpowered, and it takes a lot of body shots to kill a guy. It takes upwards of like 10 shots sometimes to kill a guy, and it's kind of annoying sometimes, I'll be honest. You know, you get yourself in a sticky situation, and you just want to kill a guy as quickly as you can, and you gotta really line up a headshot, and sometimes it's pretty hard to line up a headshot. I think there's aim assist in this game, on the Xbox version at least, but it doesn't necessarily work all that well all the times, and sometimes it feels like you just die because of that. Although you do have a secondary weapon, a secondary weapon here, your MP7 or whatever weapon you do happen to purchase, but it has very little ammo, and they definitely don't want you to be using it all the time. It's not a run and gun game by any means. You do have to plan yourself, but sometimes the guns just straight up feel underpowered, is what I'm trying to say. Let's see, where are those guys? Let's try and execute these guys by marking them here. 1, 2, and press Y. Boop, and boop. Again, very reminiscent of Hitman Absolution. And sometimes it makes the game feel a little bit easy. It's pretty fun to use, but at the same time I feel as if it's pretty cheap. Let's try and take down this guy before he turns around. Get him, get him, get him! Oh, I don't think he saw me. I guess we'll see when he goes down. No, he didn't see me. Or at least the game didn't think he saw me. Okay, there are also like ammo and supplied cases around the level, and I think that also makes the game feel a little bit easy at times. I mean, the game isn't easy as a whole, but there are kind of mechanics in the game that make the game easier.
Looks like the engineers dug out escape tunnels.
Alright, this part
from flyovers.
I'm about to kind of get to is rather difficult, I won't lie. It took me a good half hour just to get past this. Where am I going here? I believe I have to climb up a ladder here, right? Yep. Alright, actually a rope. Same thing, right? A rope, ladder, same difference. There's a lot of guys up here. It's definitely pretty tough. If I die a million times, I'll just cut to me. Okay, so take 2. That attempt didn't go so well. That was me being horrible at the game. And one other complaint I have about the game, and it just could be because I'm on the Xbox, and again, the consoles are obviously dated, which is why new consoles are coming out rather soon. But there's quite a lot of loading screens, and they take quite a long time each time. And that can be kind of... It's definitely a drawback. It takes away from the game. You get really into the game, and you get in a good groove, and say you screw up, or you just want to retry a part because you're going for Ghost and a guy sees you or something, and then you kind of get out of the groove because of loading screens. Okay, so there was another guy over there. I kind of want him to come back, but I believe he does do a patrol through this door here, so I'm going to keep a lookout. Now, there are high-value targets. There is one, or at least there should be one here. I believe he's right there. Let's do a little whistle with this guy. Oh, there's actually 2 guys here. So I'm going to go over here and take out my stun gun. I don't think both are coming over here, actually. Let's wait for this guy to come over here, and then we'll take him down and throw him down that little hole we have over there. Come here. Come on. And... do it. Got him. Awesome. I think I should be able to leave his body here and I'll be okay. Okay, let's get off cover and try and take down this other guy. Where'd he go?
Hey.
See if he can hear me. Don't see him. I think I got him. Before he saw me, at least. Is this the high value target? Maybe. Oh. You okay, buddy? Maybe you can only get the high value target one, or only once is what I'm trying to say. Which would make sense, but there are high value targets and you cannot kill them to get them to give you your bonus. And there is a bonus if you capture them. There's like a $3,000 bonus, I guess, so far. That's what I've experienced. But the high value targets are definitely worth getting because, you know, you can upgrade your gear. And again, you do not, absolutely do not have to kill every single enemy. And actually, do want to cancel the throw. I want to get out my sticky cameras here because I did have troubles with this part before. Let's see if I can't throw that over there. So let's look around here. I was hoping I could get it over that little ledge, but... Oh, there's sleeping gas, actually. That's pretty cool. I haven't used them yet. Oh! Yeah, let's try and get this guy to come over here. Come hither! Let's deactivate the camera. And then try and take this guy down. Come on, come here. Go to bed, go to sleep. Alright, let's pick up his body. Oh shit. That guy sees me, I'm just gonna run away. Luckily, he's blind as fuck. Luckily. Okay, let's hide this body this time. Maybe I can't hide it in that bin. You know what? I know why I can't do it. Again, sometimes this is kind of finicky. You have to be in front of the container to throw the body in. There we go. Let's actually throw another sticky camera there. And let's hide behind this wall. Alright, so there is a guy right there. Okay, this guy's like, what is that? Once he comes over here, I'll do some sleeping gas. Hey, buddy. Where did he... Oh, he fell down on top of me. That was weird. That was really weird. So, do I only have one instance of sleeping gas, or can I do it multiple times? Alright, so there's a guy up here. I'm going to... Let's see if he comes down here further. I kind of definitely want to try and get this body, but... Let's deactivate it. And let's throw another one. I mean, they're working pretty well, so far. Anybody want to come see this thing? Oh, that guy's gonna come. Hey, buddy. Yeah, there's noise over here. You should definitely come see it. Boop. Let's try and attract a couple more guys. I really like that sound. It sounds like a clicky pen. And I am a clicky pen addict in terms of clicking. I think we should be okay to kind of go in there undetected. We got the main guys that need to be got. This guy's just straight up snoring. We should be okay. Let's just jump right down here. Alright, we made it. That part is definitely pretty difficult. Your first time around if you don't know where the enemies are. This is definitely a game of patience and a game where you have to kind of learn the patrols. 3 hostiles undisturbed. So if you don't do anything to any of the hostiles, aka being a ghost, you do get a very large bonus. And that's something you should definitely try for sure. But we're almost done this mission. This is going to be a pretty lengthy mission.
Engineers must have sent the
Okay, let's climb up here. I believe there's only a few enemies up here,
Think any of these guys were in on Blacklist?
which is good for me.
Here first.
I'm awful.
Engineers are borderless.
So let's
Could have been anyone here.
let's run right up here. There's none in this part. I don't think. I hope not.
Sam, there's only a few hostiles out there.
Alright.
Looks like the rest fell
There's
back
only a
towards
few,
the
and then there's going to be
second
like 85. Watch. Alright, so let's go up here, and this is close to the end of the mission at least. Okay, let's try and... No, didn't want to do that. So I'm gonna mark these guys, and maybe I shouldn't do that. Let's actually try and throw this one over here. There we go. Just trying to think. I apologize. So where's this guy coming from? Is he this way or this way? Come here. Oh. Doot 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 doot. Kind of glitchy right there. They just straight up disappear. See if I can't sneak around here. Oh god. There we go. Definitely a very nerve-wracking game at times. That's not a bad thing either. This game gets frustrating to me because I'm not amazing at it, but it gets frustrating in a good way. Too many games these days are easy. Let's try and... Actually, this guy's gonna come right around here. Maybe I should just shoot him in the head. Uh-oh. Let's switch to this taser. And hopefully this guy comes over here. And I can... Oh! This isn't good. Might have to just straight up run to the area I need to go. Let's where are they? Let's try and just go. Go, 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 go! Drop, drop, drop! They can't follow you. Go! Kind of cheated and ran around the enemies, but that's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do as a spy. As America's top spy, that is. And I think I should be good to go. This is about the end of the mission. So, once I get up here, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll skip the cutscene and then do a little action sequence. And again, it's a good combination of something like Chaos Theory and of what was the other game? I'm drawing a blank here. It's a good combination of Chaos Theory and Conviction. I think fans of both styles of gameplay will be right at home. I think this is definitely one of the more fleshed out versions of Splinter Cell. This is very good. It does have its flaws, of course, that I went over a little bit, but it's definitely a very good game. I definitely think it's going to be one of the good games of the year. So I'm going to skip this and see you when it's over. Alright, so things are not necessarily going according to plan. So let's get out of here. Oh god. So loud.
LZs are too hot, we can't put her down.
So this is a nice little action sequence, giving us very little time to escape, and it's very loud in my ears right now, so I'm gonna have to like try and turn down my headphones here. But yeah, it's a nice little action sequence to have for people who enjoy that, but it's pretty easy to complete. I mean, give a sprint. So it's a good place to stop right now. So this is Splinter Cell Blacklist. Well, it has its a few flaws. Here's a little score screen here that tells you how you did. We did fairly decent actually, but yeah, it has a few flaws, but nothing necessarily game-breaking that detracts from the game a whole lot. But I definitely think this is a very awesome addition to the franchise, and I think people will really enjoy this game, especially if you like the original trilogy. So definitely, if you like Splinter Cell, pick it up. If you like stealth games, pick it up. If you like action games, maybe give it a try. But definitely try it at the very least. And I highly recommend this game. 2 thumbs up so far. So as always, thank you for watching, and see you next time. And also thank you Ubisoft for making an excellent game and being awesome.